Hello. I am giving a progress update right now of everything so far. I've definitely lost some inches, lost some visible weight. Definitely my hips are getting a lot better. Pants are fitting easier. I'm still a vegetarian. I think my trackable weight loss is somewhere but still between probably 25 pounds ish. I lost about 20 in the first month, well, in the first like 2-3 weeks, and I've been losing maybe a pound or two per week since, and that's what healthy weight loss is supposed to look like. I mean, it can be a little disconcerting to me, because when you make some drastic changes, I work out, I have more energy, so I'm able to do more things. You expect things to be a little more dramatic, and that's been a tiny bit of a letdown, but I have to keep on track. And I've been listening to a vegan woman who is pretty amazing, and she's definitely getting me more on the track of wanting to be a vegan. So anyways, so that's my next venture. I just don't know when or how I'm gonna go about it, but I feel like a hypocrite. I definitely feel like a hypocrite eating cheese and drinking milk and any dairy products, because if I am to fully extricate all animal products and like take myself out of that industry completely, the dairy industry is just as evil as the meat industry. They're definitely in bed with one another. They're definitely highly evil, and what I want to get away from. I thought originally that I could do like the raw dairy and only have eggs from local farms, or anything that was, say, verifiably humane, but that's going to be more difficult than it really ought to be. And when you think about what dairy products really are, the fact that they're keeping cows inhumanely pregnant, impregnated, and they and their babies are forced into the same servitude or killed within like 6 weeks, then what am I doing? What am I contributing to? I'm contributing to the process. So I realize, and one thing that this vegan activist says is, if you can't do everything, you need to do something. And her big thing was, you feel like you can't stop eating cheese, well then stop eating everything but cheese and still eat cheese. Well, that's what I have done. I definitely have done that, but it's time to take it to the next level. It's time to take the next step and really man up and try vegan. But I don't want to do it the way that I started being a vegetarian. The first day that I tried being a vegetarian, I failed. I failed miserably. I was underprepared. I ate mostly from the work cafeteria and then from a bingo hall, who are both basically, the bingo hall is basically fast food, and the work cafeteria is a nice cafeteria. They do offer veggie options, but it's definitely not the most the type of veggies that are most ideal. So the first day that I tried being a vegetarian, I had fish at lunch, and I still considered that semi-successful on the first day, even though it really wasn't. And then at bingo, I had chicken tenders. So yeah, I mean, and when I thought about that, in the days following my vegetarian attempt, I was really disappointed in myself that I couldn't go one successful day as a vegetarian. And so I decided I'd give it another week. I'd prepare myself, and I'd really give it an actual go. And I bought some vegetarian products, prepared, and that after that, just one day of being a vegetarian, one day turned into 2 days, which turned into 3 days, and now it's been upwards of 5 going on 6 weeks as a vegetarian. And I personally don't think I'd look back. I mean, I've had some interesting experiences. I drove by Chipotle, and I was in the drive-thru of Starbucks, and the Chipotle was on the other side, and I was smelling this really rancid smell that really made me just nauseated. And it took me a few minutes to register what that smell was, and it turned out it was the smell of grilled chicken coming out of Chipotle. And before I became a vegetarian, that would have smelled heavenly to me. It would have smelled barbecue-like. It would have been like this amazing perfume. But then when I had removed all meat from my diet, it became toxic smelling to me. Like my body was saying, you know, there's something wrong with that. Like that's, and to remove something from your diet and to completely and totally reject it tells me that my body is saying it's not good for me. I mean, I think that my body became used to processing it because, let's face it, I've been a carnivore since probably, you know, being a toddler, I would assume. You know, whenever my parents started feeding me solid food, I can just about guarantee meat was a part of it. So probably between 1 and 2 years old. So, I mean, that's 29 years of conditioning of meat. And with removal, I think it was 2-3 weeks of removal from it, my body finally was like, no, that's gross. And that tells me something. That tells me that maybe every preconceived notion of the fact that humans are carnivorous, you know, I definitely bought into the idea that humans were carnivorous creatures, that we survived and thrived because of our access to meat. And I didn't think of it as, I thought, you know, we were hunter-gatherers and not gatherer-hunters. That hunting meat was supplemental to our survival, and not not the reason for our survival. The reason for our survival and our thriving was very likely because of everything else that we ate, all of the healthy things that we gathered and farmed, and it's just. And, you know, I do like that, the idea that, you know, you don't have to focus so much on history. You listen to your body, you listen to your life, and you listen to, you know, what's right and wrong, your moral compass, and, you know, just feed yourself correctly. Make sure, you know, that what you're eating is calorically dense and still healthy and full of vitamins. And, you know, so far that's what I've been doing. Another thing that I thought before I became a vegetarian was, what was a vegan or a vegetarian in my head was like, what do they eat? Salads and shit? Like, I just in my head thought of like a bunny just chewing a carrot, chewing a carrot, chewing a carrot. And that's not at all what a vegetarian or a vegan diet can be. And, you know, I've enjoyed so many different things as a vegetarian that I never even thought about before. Things that, you know, just have opened my taste buds up. And like Indian cuisine, vegetarian Indian cuisine is, oh my god. Maki was a new thing that I took on, which when it's made correctly is just a physical orgasm in your mouth. Soy hot dogs, a treat, a good treat. You know, different soy milks and almond milks and things like that. I actually discovered almond milk before I became a vegetarian because I decided to try cutting out dairy to help with my inflammation, which is still pretty high right now. So that will actually help me ease into the vegan portion of the diet. When I was eating meat but I cut out dairy, my lymph nodes, which are chronically swollen, they completely disappeared within a day or two of cutting out dairy. And I realized, holy shit, my body is becoming inflamed and reacting to dairy. So just that alone is a good push to become vegan, because I'm already a vegetarian. I need to cut out dairy. I think I'll have a vegan diet, and not be quite as obsessed with the, I don't wear leather anyways, but, animal products and, lotions and whatever. I mean, I will make a strong attempt to make environmentally healthier choices and buy products that do not include animal testing, but one step at a time. If you can't do everything, do something. So I am working towards a healthier me. I'm working on losing weight. I'm trying new recipes. I think I'm doing everything right. I hope I'm doing everything right. And thank you for listening if you are listening. I'm very happy with my diet thus far. It actually hasn't been hard, and that's the greatest part about it, and I feel so much better. But now I just have to tweak it, make improvements, and find my ultimate path, which I think will include some form of complete removal of animal flesh, and hopefully byproducts as well.